What game got worse when everyone learned how to properly play it? Tic-tac-toe. Every game just ends in a draw now. Fortnite for sure. I played Season 2 on console and not very many folks were good at building, but now it's changed I guess and everyone knows how to build and build fast. I started playing in the beginning and would only see some shitty ramps and other stuff. I stopped playing because I hated the random shooting direction. Recently I tried playing again. If you shoot someone they just start building some pharaonic building complex. RuneScape definitely. The days where nobody was efficient were glorious. People wore gear that they thought looked cool and did what they wanted. Now everyone's obsessed with no EXP waste and maximum efficiency. Monopoly. Seriously, have you ever played Monopoly with just book rules? It's kinda boring. I think in later releases of the game, the rulebook encouraged different house rules though. The thing is those boring rules ensure the game doesn't take 6 hours. Also stop buying hotels. Hotels are a trap. You buy 4 houses on each property you can. Eventually you buy up all the houses. And nobody can buy houses, so nobody can build hotels. If you buy a hotel you put 4 houses back on the market and lose your monopoly. I do not advise doing this. Tried this during a game on Thanksgiving and successfully won but pissed off my entire family who have since vowed to never play with me again. On second thought, I guess that's the whole point of Monopoly. Chivalry. The combat system is broken, people learned how to exploit it over the years and now vets are literally invincible except when fighting other vets that use the same exploits but better. The learning curve is a vertical wall now, and it takes at least a couple hundred hours to become average, let alone good. That game is great to play with friends. It's absolutely terrible to play with people have hundreds of hours. I really hate how bending over and practically throwing the mouse off the desk is a viable tactic. Basically every low population dying game. I've been really into some weird multiplayer games and as the game dies, all that remain are super sweaty veterans so it's incredibly hard to get new players into the game, or play it casually. Warframe is kinda interesting in that sense. The game's been around since 2013, but it has getting a lot better the last couple of years, so there has been a huge inflow of players. The current player base is at its biggest ever. So, you have the super sweaty veterans, who know everything there is to know, and have done everything you can do, but since basically everything is co-op, they tend to spend a lot of their time helping newer players out. For me anyways, when I actually got good at Minecraft, like years ago, it kinda took away the adventure from it. For me Minecraft is the most fun when you're lost in the woods trying to survive. Once I get a house and bed I get bored. So the first 10 minutes or so? Kind of the opposite, but when you learn how to play a fighting game really well but your buddies don't, so you can't really enjoy playing with them anymore due to the skill gap. Yeah, my brother played Smash Ultimate with me, but he's not too good at the game. I went easy on him at times to give him further chance to win, but I just wasn't having fun with it. Not exactly a game, but the Rubik's Cube was completely degraded once its fanbase discovered all of its different algorithms. It used to be a toy you fiddled with and the sense of accomplishment was incredible. Yes, to me they are still pretty difficult, but knowing there are people who can solve them in literal seconds kind of ruins the fun. Comparison is the death of joy. Why would others' achievements make yours lesser? Because if you're not the best, the aliens will kill you in a year. Dark Souls invasions in general just try to actually play the game casually, and enjoy dying to twink builds with broken weapons and their broken hitboxes. I'm not sure if Dark Souls 3 has this problem. I only played it for about 2 months. But Dark Souls 1 was really bad with modded meals infesting PvP. Pokemon. Maybe it's a combination of everyone learning to play it and getting older, but once I learned about EVs, IVs, natures, etc., playing the console games casually just felt not as satisfying because I knew my Pokemon weren't perfect. On top of that, I know now you can beat the game with just one Pokemon. Back in the days, you would have 6 of your favorite mons, and your Zapdos would know Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt, Thunder, and fly without caring about movesets or what was optimal. Man, it's kind of sad when I think about how much fun I used to have casually. I still enjoy competing, but it's not the same as playing the game for enjoyment. Tried playing Secret Hitler with two ex-military Israelis. The mystery of the game goes away when they can immediately read your nonverbal tells. It's much more entertaining when you rely on people trying to use ass-backward logic to deceive each other. Survivor, The Amazing Race, Big Brother, The Bachelor, and all of those shows are only fun until the artifice is revealed. They get boring the moment the contestants know too much and can anticipate the game using lingo like the merge. Dungeons and Dragons. Don't get me wrong, this game is extremely fun with friends or people who don't take it too seriously. But there are way too many people who play it like a video game and only care about making their character as OP in combat as possible, which in my opinion is one of the weaker aspects of the game. However, players who want to role play and a good DM make the game very fun. Poker. Seriously, before it got popular it was actually fun and easy to get a few games at casinos. Now every asshole and their grandma wears sunglasses and just plays the odds. I blame the movie rounders. Sunglasses and hats should be against the rules in my opinion. Nothing should be legal that obscures the face. At least at the World Series of Poker. Reading people and having to hide your tells should be an unavoidable part of the game. Smash Brothers. When a group is together playing it, there is always one of those wave dashing, edge guarding, bitching if you use anything but Battlefield with no items, wannabe pro gamers who ruins it for everybody with their inability to see Smash for what it is supposed to be, a fun game. I'm the friend that turns item drop rate on high and only selects those circular bumpers lol. Any MOBA. I used to play Smite a lot because I was bad at it, and it was fun because everyone else was bad and you would just run around spamming abilities. As soon as you get good you start playing for wins, not fun, and everyone around you is salty and really good. It's just not as fun. World of Warcraft. I think min-maxing led to the homogeneity of every choice. Which is why Classic won't be as big as a lot of people think. Back then nobody knew what the fuck they were doing and leveling in itself was an adventure. Now, as seen in servers, everyone knows the optimal leveling path, the best gear to get, which reps to grind, etc., etc. It'll still be fun of course, but with the knowledge we have now it kinda takes the wonder away. Rainbow Six Siege and Overwatch. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy both, for short bursts, but the toxicity levels, especially in the competitive scene, is crazy high. Rainbow has the problem of team killers griefers, whereas Overwatch has the problem of no communication. Seriously, last time I played comp no one communicated in a single match, as well as everyone picking DPS and shitting on the medics for not healing them. Looking at you, Genji. Pool billiards for me. It's fun to just not have any order and not call pockets just to kill time. Most people take it so seriously it becomes a drag instead. Rust. My first experience with it was amazing. It was a random Steam sale before the game really took off and became what it is now. Me and my buddy bought it on a whim to see what it was about. For those who have never played Rust, it's a sandbox survival game, usually labeled Minecraft for adults. You spawn naked, with a rock, and let loose on a huge open world. We had zero idea what we were doing, and made no attempt to find out via third-party website. So it was all trial and error and epic discoveries like, hey, if you take some wood, you can make paper, and with paper you can make a building plan. So good. Naturally, now that we've figured out how to build, we need to make a friggin' mansion. 4 hours we stacked up wood, and started the construction of our mountaintop estate. Again, for those who've never played, there are different types of building material: thatched wood, wood, stone, metal, and enforced metal. We only knew about thatched wood. So we built a mansion out of twigs and learned our lesson the hard way that we weren't alone in the world. Mid-construction we hear footsteps outside our house, so we fall silent and start to guard the door with our wooden spears, until boom! Some champ with a shotgun blasts our door off its hinges and puts us in the dirt with it. We fell in absolute love with the game, and immediately sent a group text out to our other gaming buddies that it's a must-own and we need to play together. It's one of my all-time gaming highlights, having our new clan claiming entire sections of the map, building massive cities and feuding with other local clans. Eventually though, in the pursuit of getting better, our clan started to hit up the third-party sites and all the magic faded. Now every building we put up had the same honeycomb architecture, as it was the best way to defend against a raid. Every move we made was calculated, every new settlement went exactly the same. The heart and soul of the experience was crushed. Feels Badman. What game got worse when everyone learned how to properly play it? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.